Today we are going to learn more things about working with HTML and all these things. Let us look at it, guys. Yesterday we have used what? Okay, let me make it. Yeah, this is a property we have used, right? And method, we can call this method. Okay, actually we can call this method, but calling this method, in this way is not recommendable at all. Okay, so how we are going to use this, I'm going to tell you now. Okay, let us look at it, guys. So now in the HTML, directly I'm going to the app component HTML. Within the app component HTML, what I can do is I want to provide okay, some button. Let us look at it, button. Okay, yeah, you see here, guys. Let us this is a button, and this button may be like click me. Okay, you can use like click me. Okay, and then so now I'm removing this method one. Okay, interpolation and all. Okay, so what I can do is in the button I want to use that method. Whenever you click on this button, we have to execute the button. Which button? Whatever button we oh, yeah, whenever we click on this button, we have to execute the method, whatever method we have provided in app component.ts. Yeah, let me go to the app component.ts just to check the method. I'm going to the app component ts. Here we have provided method one. See here, guys, this is what alert. This is alert box. Just a simple alert we have provided. Just simple alert we have provided. Okay, very simple alert we have provided. So this method, I would like to call this method. I would like to call this particular method one. From where, go to here, app component.html on method. So here we need to attach, meaning that we need to bind, okay, method for this particular button. The technical word is binding. So in our understanding words, what we can do is, okay, attaching. For this button, we would like to attach with the, okay, function or method. How can we attach means, there is a concept called, okay, event binding. See here, guys, this specifies event binding. Okay, event binding. Within this event binding, if you see here, okay, what is the event here? What is the event? Okay, okay, let us look at it, guys. This can be called as button click me. Event is click. So when you click on this, what you can do is, when you click on, meaning that click, whenever anyone clicks on this button, so this is meaning that event binding. For this event, we have to bind method one. So this is a method we have provided in the component class. This is very clear now. When we click on this button, this method is going to call. Otherwise, this method is not going to call. Okay, let me go to the page wherever, yeah, okay. So we have the click me button. You can see the click me button. Okay, when, yeah, so that method is not called. If method is called, alert message is going to be displayed. But here there is no such alert box available. Alert box we can see right now. Okay, whenever we click here, click me, then we can see, okay, this alert box. See here, guys, you can see this alert box. So you can clearly understand that functions are going to be called on events. Okay, on event binding. This can be called as event binding. Okay, now, so I want to tell you, I would like to give you more clarity on events. Different types of events. What are the different types of events? Okay, different types of event. So we have used on event, we have provided method one. All right, this is going to be the method one. Okay, so what event I provided on, sorry, click, okay, something like method one I have provided like this. This can be called as event binding. What is event here? This is click is the event. For this event, we are providing the method. This can be called as event binding. And what are the different bindings are there? Okay, DB click means double click. Okay, or you can mouse over, mouse out, mouse out. Okay, so button press, button. Okay, all these can be called as events. There are many events are there in the application. There are so many events are there. Okay, there are so many events are there in the browser. Whatever event you like, whatever event you need, for that event you can provide the method. You can attach the method for that particular event. All right, that's why this can be called as binding the event binding. Okay, let us go to the HTML file again. Right, see here guys, now I have provided click. Right, whenever we click on it, this method is going to be called. If method is called, then automatically what it is going to be available, that is going to alert box is going to come. Okay, now what I can do is, instead of saying click, I'm going to say db click. Db click means double click. Okay, let us go to the browser. So refresh it. If you need, refresh it. If I click on it, it is not going to work, but double click on this. See here guys, alert box came. Okay, if I double click on this box came, means that method called. Okay, the same way, again go to the code, mouse. See here guys, mouse out, mouse over, mouse up. Okay, mouse wheel. Okay, for all these events, mouse related events, now I'm going to select mouse over. Whenever mouse over, meaning that on the button, I don't need to click on that button. Yeah, let me go to the save. I saved it. After changing it, I saved this, and then I'm going to here. See here guys, I'm not going to click on this button, but I'm just to move on the, yeah, see here guys, move on the button. I just I did not click in, I did not click on the button. On mouse over, what happened, the button got, and then it has displayed like this app component. Click OK. So the same way, let us go to mouse over right again. Mouse out. Okay, from the button, whenever, okay, yeah, go to here. Okay, refresh it, and then, so whenever we move on it, no method called. After move on, whenever coming out of that particular button, so then we can see this particular okay, so method is going to be called. Okay, event will be used only for alert. Okay, the question guys, somebody provided, somebody asking, event will be using only for alert or some other hiding data also we can. Yeah, so we can do not only hiding, not only. Okay, give me 1 second, internet became slow. 1 second guys. Yeah, okay, to answer this, on clicking on button, not only just for alert. Okay, so my voice is clear now, audio is clear, still not? Right, so that when you click on this, okay, whenever we say mouse out, some action is happening. Okay, what action you are doing? So now see here, okay, all right, yeah. So what I'm doing, mouse out, we are doing method one. Yes, now this can be called as, here this can be called as event. This is event. This can be called as event, and this can be called as action. This can be called as action. Okay, this is going to be action, this is going to be event. Okay, here whatever event you can provide it. Whatever action you want to do, you can do it. Okay, whatever action you want, you can do it here, guys. Okay, so this is the example. In this action is nothing but method. In this action, what we can do, we have just now we have provided alert, just alert we have provided. We can do lot more things. Okay, we can increase the size of a button, or we can increase the size of the div class, or we can increase the size of something, or we can change the color of anything. We can change the position of anything. We can do some okay, so animation, or we can hide something, or you can display something. We can visualize something, or whatever actions you would like to do, you can do within the actions, guys. Okay, so now event and action, we are going to do, we are going to write different types of code. Okay, so for working with for multiple applications, I'm going to show you guys, don't worry about it. Yeah. Okay, one by one we are going to learn, one by one. Okay, so now, right, so let us look at it. This is what interpolation. Okay, so now this can be called as event binding. And one more thing, I would like to show you one more thing. So now input type equal to text, type equal to text, type equal to text, input type equal to text, and okay, let us look at it. You can provide value equal to, see, not this one, see here guys, what is this? Value equal to, if you observe carefully, now you see here, if you provide value equal to, otherwise I don't provide anything, just I have provided input text box. If you take the input type equal to text, let us go to here. Okay, there is a text box came up here. Okay, this is the text box because we have provided the text box. Okay, now by default some data I want to provide inside the text box. To provide some data, this is the important thing that you need to listen carefully. If I go to, where is that the code, Visual Source code, here in this input to text box, what I'm doing is value equal to, this is HTML, okay, DOM object. Okay, so this is attribute for this input. Okay, so and then for this what I can do is I'm going to provide hello. Whenever I say hello, value hello, what happens for this text box? Automatically text box is going to populate it with the hello text as we have provided the value. Yeah, let me go to the code. See here guys, within the text box hello got applied. Okay, so now my need is, yeah, remember, yeah, listen carefully and remember this carefully guys. I want to provide, okay, I would like to provide some text which is available in the property. Okay, so here you know that in the app component, there is in the app component, okay, whatever app component we have, right, app component.ts, there is a property called name. Okay, property name. Now what I want to do, I want to name contains some, I think India. Okay, name, I think name value is India. Now I want to use this value through this property. Okay, inside the text box. Here I need to use it. Okay, now the property name is name. Okay, the property name is name. Inside the name property, some text is there like India and all. Now here, if I go to value, I'm going to provide, okay, I would like to provide here name. If I provide name, okay, no use. Okay, it cannot recognize the property. It cannot recognize the property. Why? Because it don't know about the property of app component and all. It is going to display as it is NAME. Yeah, let us go to the browser. See here guys, name got displayed, but our intention is name is the property inside the component class. Let me repeat this. Name is the property inside the component class. That property contains some value. We need to get that value. That value has to come to this text box. That is our intention. Okay, to do so, what I can do is, here I need to use, okay, this is a new thing. This is Angular thing. This can be called as a property binding. Okay, let us look at it guys. What is this? Property binding. Okay, so this can be called as brackets. Remember the bracket, square brackets says what? Property binding. What is that meaning? For this property value, we are assigning properties. To assign the properties, we are going to use, okay, square brackets. We are going to use square brackets. Okay, type text value. Okay, see here guys, this is going to be something like a value equal to name. Okay, what is going to happen means, this is the Angular code. Okay, this is also Angular code, meaning that what? So this can be called as event binding. This can be called as what? Property binding. This can be called as interpolation. Okay, these are the extra things that we are going to write inside the HTML code. Okay, so now whatever HTML code that we are writing right inside the Angular component, along with the HTML code, we are going to use this kind of template. Okay, template. Okay, this kind of HTML template and the templating. Okay, so expression, Angular expressions. Okay, this can be called as Angular expressions. Okay, fine guys, these are Angular expressions. We are going to learn, okay, so many things related to, okay, these concepts. Okay, what is this? This is going to be, okay, interpolation, and this is what? Property binding, and this is event binding. Okay, let me go to, after providing property to property binding, what I want to do is, I would like to go to here. I have to check. See here guys, that property contains value India. Okay, whatever value available in the India, whatever value available in the name property, that value came and then, okay, provided to this text box. Okay, provided to this particular text box. Okay, fine guys. Again, okay, let it let's, okay, one more thing guys. Meanwhile, before continuing, what I want to do is, I want to create one more project. I would like to create one more project. It is going to take time to create the project. That's why what I will do now, only I'm going to create a project. Okay, ng new sample file, so that the next examples I'm going to show you in the next project. That's why, so now only I just initiated creating this kind of new project. Okay, let us come back to our project. Meanwhile, it is going to be created. Okay, one second. It asks us whether to create router, and then what kind of CSS we are going to use, right? We have to select those things. That's why, yeah, so enter, and then it is going to take some time to create. Okay, let it be, no problem. How much time it requires, let it take, and then we come back to our code. See, yeah, here the three things that we need to remember today is what? Interpolation is one. Interpolation is one thing, and then, okay, so next thing is event binding, property binding. Okay, event binding, interpolation, event binding, and property binding. Okay, okay, right, let us look at it guys. Okay, I would like to do more details about this interpolation, event binding, and the property binding and all. Okay, so we have to use those things. Let us go to here. In the component class, I'm going to the component class. I want to take another property. So maybe like maybe like age equal to 123. See here guys, what is this? This is a property. Now I have provided one property inside the app component. I have provided a property inside the app component. Okay, now once we have provided one property here, once we have provided a property, okay, let us go to the HTML. I want to use this property. I would like to use this property here. Okay, so I would like to use properties like here. Okay, what I want to use, I would like to use another text box. Let me break. I'll go to the next line, and the next line, see here guys, and here I want to use some input box. Input type equal to, by default input is text only. What I want to do is I want to use the value, whatever value available, okay, whatever available in the property, I have to assign this input. So that what I want to do is, okay, input, okay, so value, this is going to be something like value. Value is, okay, value is what is the property name? Whatever property name, age property. So what is that meaning? Age is the property available in the component. And what is this? We are assigning the property. We are binding age property. Okay, let us go to here. See here guys, this text box got assigned with this 1 2 3. Okay, this assigned, this property value got assigned to this one. What is that meaning means? Okay, from component class you can take multiple properties. In the component class you can take multiple properties and you can bind in the HTML. You can bind, okay, all these properties, and then methods can be bind. To assign methods we need to use event binding. To assign properties we can use, okay, so property binding. Okay, let us look at it guys. Now what I want to do is one more thing. Okay, so let it be guys. What I will do is, I have provided this property, right? What I can do, this is going to be something like, see here, okay, so now this is the, both I have used, both brackets I have used. Inside we have used, you know, what is this? This can be called as event binding, right? And outside I have provided property binding. This signature, this syntax can be called as two-way binding. Okay, this can be called as two-way binding. I will tell you what is two-way binding. Okay, so what is two-way binding, I will explain you guys. Okay, let us look at it. To work with, okay, all these bindings we need to know, okay, one by one, and then we have to, okay, do more examples to understand all these things clearly. Okay, to get comfortable with all these things, okay, we have to know everything. Yeah, let us look at it guys. Now normally the difference between property binding and two-way binding. Property binding is one way. What is that meaning means? Yeah, let me clearly tell you guys what is this one-way binding and two-way binding. Property binding is one way, and this is two-way binding is, okay, two-way binding. Now coming to here, this is the component class and this is the property age. Okay, something, a property, or to write it down easily, age. Okay, age property, and this is a text box inside the HTML. Now if I provide normal binding means property binding. Property binding will say like this, only, you know, square brackets. If I use only square brackets, then what happens? The data is going to come from the age to property. That's it. Now whatever changes you have done here, see here guys, what is that? Whatever changes you have done here inside the HTML will not go to this property. Okay, the data flow only from one way, not two ways. Okay, let us look at it guys. What is one way means? One way means component class to okay text box, component class to okay HTML. Now inside the component class, whatever data available in the age, this data is going to come to text box HTML file. But okay, whatever data you have modified here, whatever data you have modified in the HTML will not go to property. That is the point that you need to remember when you are using one-way binding. Okay, when you are using one-way binding, it is going to be happen okay only one way. Okay, okay, instead what I will do is I want to use two-way binding. If I use two-way binding, okay, let us look at it, guys. To use two-way binding, the property, again any property, okay, maybe like again age property. Here I have used okay two-way binding, like you know, input value equal to, here I'm going to provide something like value equal to, if I provide age. So now what happens, okay, whatever data available, see here guys, initially data is going to come to okay from property to HTML, whatever data available. So maybe like here you have some 11 value, this 11 is going to come to here into this one. So here in the text box, what we'll do, if it changes something, then whatever changes you are doing it, these changes are going to be okay transferred to this you know property also. So data is going to, whatever changes you have done in the text box, this data changes will goes to again this property. Okay, this property is going to okay value, this property value is going to get updated, the property is going to get updated, the property value is going to get updated. So you know, whenever you apply these changes, okay, this can be called as a two-way binding. Okay, what is this? This can be called as two-way binding. So that's why, so whenever we need, okay, we need to use two-way binding. Whenever it is not required, only data is fetching from component to HTML, only once we are getting and then providing means, okay, that is a one-way binding. I would like to show you one-way binding and two-way binding differences practically. Okay, let's remember that it is simply how the name suggests, right? One-way binding, data is going to come from only one way, okay, from component class to HTML. So one-way binding means, okay, let me note it down. Okay, let me write all these things in our okay here. Let us look at it, guys. One way means what? One-way binding is nothing but data flow from component class to HTML. So component class to HTML. What is the syntax? Using square brackets. So maybe like I'm going to take example of input. Inside the input, what I can do, value, I'm going to provide the value. For this value we have provided square bracket, and then what I can provide, property name. So maybe like age property. So this is a single binding, meaning that what, the property, I'm going to give you detailed explanation the meaning what we have used. Property, what is this meaning? Age is the property, age is a property defined in component class. Okay, now value of age, value of the property age will populate into input box inside the HTML. Okay, this is what the meaning of this particular one. All right, okay, this is going to be something like meaning of this one. Okay, let me go to the two-way binding. First, I'm going to give you the description, and then I will go to practical. I will show you whatever thing I told you, right? I'm going to show you practically later. Now, to provide two-way binding, what we need to do is, inside the square bracket we have provided, we need to provide value. Yeah, you see here, guys, what is this meaning? Age is the property defined in the class. Okay, value is the property will populate to input text box. Same thing happens. Okay, value of the property. Okay, value of the property will populate into, yeah, this one. And extra thing what happens here in the two-way binding, extra thing happens means, yeah, so changes inside the HTML, changes inside the HTML, meaning that, okay, user types, user types in the text box. Okay, then data is going to get updated, right? Changes inside the HTML, those changes, okay, will changes in the inside the HTML will reflect to age property. Okay, reflect to age property. Okay, yeah, meaning that whatever changes happen in the HTML, that data will also will go to the property, okay, will go to that particular property. Okay, so 1 second, guys, I will stop the record. I will pause. I'm repeating, just listen carefully. So this is a HTML, and this is the component class. Okay, remember that only you have to remember these things only, HTML and component. Okay, and we have the property here, we have the text box here. Okay, so you want to bind property to this text box. There are two ways to bind the properties. Okay, binding, one way binding means you are binding this one, only data from component to HTML is going to come. Two-way binding means if you changes anything, these changes also will go to this component. That's it. You have to remember what HTML, inside the HTML one text box, component class, inside the component one property. Okay, inside the component one property is there. If you change the property changes is changes in the properties are going to come to HTML. Normally in one-way component, whatever value available in the property will comes to HTML. That is only one way. But coming to two-way means if you change anything in the HTML, the changes will goes to this particular component. Okay, all you need to do, remember, okay, before going to the practically, I'm going to show you these things practically before going to that. In your mind, okay, so please remember that HTML and component. Inside the HTML, one text box. Inside the component, one property. Okay, yeah, let's go to here. I want to remove, okay, let me open the, okay, let me go to here. I want to remove everything. I would like to remove everything in the HTML, and I'm going to the component. Inside the component, I have removed everything. See here, guys. So now nothing is there. Inside the component class, no data is available. Inside the HTML also no data is available. Now to test it, first I want to test it what? One-way binding. Okay, one-way binding. To implement the one-way binding, what I want to do? See here, take a property in the component class. Property in the component class. Okay, any property, maybe like product. I'm going to take product. Okay, this is a property. This is a property I have created. I want to use this property in the HTML in the text box. So that in the HTML, what I am doing, input. Inside the input, okay, so inside the input text box, I want to attach that property. If I attach the product property, this input text box, what happens? Data is going to come to this text box. Whatever data available in the product, the data is going to come to inside the input text box. But remember that, okay, thing is here what I want to do is we can attach the property in two ways. Attaching is nothing but binding. We can bind in two ways. Binding in two ways means this is a one-way binding, means property binding. So yeah, so value is a property of input to text box. And then see here what I want to provide. I need to provide, this is a syntax. Remember that we have to apply brackets to the value. Okay, so now let us come to here. I want to provide property name. Okay, this is the property name. Okay, this is going to be the property name. Okay, now let's look at it, guys. What happens if I provide like this? Go to the yes, see here, guys, inside the HTML. Okay, so this is a HTML. Okay, HTML output. This data is available where actually this data is available. This data is available. Okay, this data is available from the component class. Inside the component, there is a property called product. Okay, from the product, okay, the data is available laptop. This laptop data is going to come to here. Okay, but now if you change something, this data is not going to get reflected. Okay, just look at it, guys. Now, so to test it, what I'm going to do, okay, let us look at it. Here, I'm going to use string interpolation. Okay, string interpolation. And then this is a two-way binding, right? Okay, let us look at it, guys. It's not affecting a. Okay. Okay, fine, guys. Okay, we'll do one thing. So what I will do is to use something like a two-way binding, we need to use a ng model, something like this. Okay, we have to use ng model and all. So we are going to use it, in the next part. Okay, let us okay, work with one-way binding initially, guys. Okay, don't worry about two-way binding. So I'm going to go ahead with one-way binding first. I will come to two-way binding later. Okay, so remember that, what you need to remember, if you change anything in the okay HTML, that is going to reflect in the component class also. But let it be, guys. Remove this particular okay, you remove this. Yeah, value equal to product. Just look at it. Okay, we'll do one thing. So this is going to be something like, this is one-way binding. First we are going to work with one-way binding. Okay, later I'm going to come to two-way binding, guys. Okay, so now this is what we are binding product to this particular input. Okay, yes. So what happening, the component class, whatever component class we have, that contains a property called product. That product contains some value. That value is going to be assigned to this text box. That is the output that we are working with. Okay, see here, guys, this data is coming. Okay, not only here, and I would like to take different types of properties here. Okay, now here I want to take array of data. Okay, how to take array of data? See here, guys, data, maybe like names. Maybe I'm going to take names and I'm going to take array of names. Okay, here what I can do is one, this is the array I'm declaring in the component class. Actually, this data, whatever data we are providing, we are hard coding in the component. This data is going to come from the REST services and all. Okay, so that we will get the data also dynamically. Okay, assume we have five values available in the array. This is the array. I want to use this array here. So now if you take this array, what I can do is the same names. Okay, what is the property? Names property. I want to go to here. Okay, let us go to here. What I can do, you can interpolation, you can provide just names, guys. what happens? Whatever array over there, that array is going to come, array is going to be printed in the browser. See here guys, see whatever array, whatever values available in the array, total values are going to get printed. Whatever values are going to get printed. Okay, we will come to that. So now we'll understand one-way binding today. So two-way binding we'll understand practically later, guys. First, let us focus on one-way binding. Okay, so this is something like what? 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this data is also coming from the component. Let us go to there. What is that? Okay. Let us go to the component class again. I want to take another property, another type of property. What is the data? So now product is laptop. This is a single property, and then this is array of property. What I want to do is I want to provide now, object. Okay, so how to provide object? So maybe like a person, I'm going to take person. See here guys, how can I provide object? See here guys, object means a combination of keys and values, right? Properties and the values, right? So person equal to, let's look at it. This is a key value pair. This can be called as JSON data. Okay, name is something like Slocum. Okay, just otherwise, maybe like Ram, and then age 22. This is the JSON I'm providing. Let us look at it, guys. And age, qualification, BTech. Yeah. So let us look at it, guys. We have provided this particular property and property values. Person equal to this one. Okay, now this can be called as JSON object. Object contains key and values. So when we are providing string, double quotes, when we are providing numbers, here we can call it as numbers. We cannot call it as integers or floats. Everything is number only. Okay, here numbers without double quotes we can provide. So now this is the different type of data. Okay, let us look at it. I want to use this data. I want to call this data in the HTML. Person, I want to call this data. See here guys, string interpolation, or yeah, I'm using string interpolation now. I'm going to say person. Okay, let me make it break. Break means it goes to the next line. Okay, it goes to the next line. See here guys, now 1 2 3 4 is one line, and object it is saying, because that is the JSON object, it is displaying in the format of object, but I need the values inside the object. To do so, what I want to do is, let us look at it guys. Now person is the object, right? That object contains what are the properties? Person dot name. Okay, now person dot name. Okay, what I can do now, again person dot, another property is age, person dot qualification. Okay, person dot qualification, person dot name, person dot age, person dot qualification. Okay, so person dot qualification. See here guys, person dot name, it is displaying Ram. Person dot qualification age, it is displaying 22. Person dot, what is this? Person dot qualification, it is displaying BTech. Okay, let us look at it guys. So this is how we can display object. Okay, we can display object now. Okay, so this is the array. How we are displaying array? Array is as it is, we are displaying like this. But now I'm going to display, I want to display different different thing. So all we are doing right now, only one-way binding guys. Okay, don't worry about the two-way binding. We are not going to consider two-way binding now. First, if we are comfortable with one-way binding, then I will come to the two-way binding now. So this can be called as what? One-way binding can be done by using property binding like this, or string interpolation. Using string interpolation, or we can use what is this? This is a property binding. Using these two ways, okay, this can be called as a one-way binding. This can be called as one-way binding. Okay, right, let's look at it, guys. I just want to make it a small diagram for this, whatever concept that I have done now. Okay, what I can do, I will go to here and then okay, see here, guys, this is going to be something like what? Okay, this is a HTML file. This is a within the same component. This is one HTML file. This is one HTML file. One string interpolation. Can we take name, age, qualification at a time? Yes, we can take. Okay, but this is a JSON object, right? Because of JSON object, we cannot read directly. We have to use pipe and all. Basically, we have to use pipe or something like that. Okay, so if you want to, without using pipe, we cannot read all the values at a time. We have to read one by one value. We have to read one by one value. Okay, so let me take the component class again. Where is that? One second, yes. Okay. Okay. Now, so if you observe this one, this is going to be HTML part. If you observe carefully, this is going to be the HTML part, and this is going to be a component class. Okay. See here, guys, what I am doing now. The property, we are using this property product. What is this product? Product is a, here we are using the product. This can be called as property binding. Okay, this can be called as property binding. We can use this property, you can use this property for one-way binding or property binding, two-way binding, or string interpolation. Whatever you want, you can use it directly. Any property, okay, any property can be used for one-way binding, two-way binding, or string interpolation. However you want to use this property, you can use it, guys. Okay, see here, guys, again what happens, we are using names directly like this. Okay, you see here names. Okay, now something. Okay, just look at it, guys. This property has used here. This particular property has used here. Whatever property here, not here. Here we are using. Sorry. This is going to be something like. Okay, this is property. Okay, this is particular property. Okay, and what we are doing, we are using names string interpolation. We can use product also. We can use this product also string interpolation, guys. No problem. We can use it. Not a problem. Okay. Here we are using names, and here let us look at it. When we are working with JSON data, this is array data, right? Array, how we are displaying array as it is, we are displaying, right? So we are not displaying one by one. And coming to here, and see here, within this property, within all these values, yeah, how can we any symbol? No symbols. Okay, all these values, okay, whatever values we have, all values are, okay, all values are using this JSON. So using string interpolation. See here, guys, whatever properties available in the component class, okay, those properties we are using the HTML. How we are using? See here guys, this can be called as okay, this is something like okay, this is simple value, this is one way binding. Let me save this one way binding. Sorry. Yeah. All right. Okay. So this is the okay. Now whatever HTML, whatever properties available in the component class, we are using in the HTML file. Okay, so that we can see both HTML and then component class in one image, we can understand very easily. That's why I put in one image, guys. Okay, I put it inside the inside one image only. Okay, instead of okay, coming back to this particular HTML, I have provided product, I have provided name, I have provided person now. Okay, guys, I would like to tell you okay one more thing today. So what is that? Here we are displaying how many values? 5 values are there. Okay, how many values are there? 5 values. Okay, how to display 5 values one by one? I don't want to display as it is. Okay, how I am displaying? See here, guys. Okay, if you display like this, how you are displaying? As it is. Okay, whatever values we have, all values we are displaying like this. But we don't want to display like that. I want to display. First, I will show you how I would like to display these values. Okay, maybe like, let me go to the code. Let me go to the code. I'm going to the HTML file. Okay, inside the HTML, just I'm showing you how I need to display array. Let us look at it, guys. I want to use list, order list. Okay, order list. Okay, this is a list item. What is this? This is going to be something like list item 1, 2, 3. See here, guys. Yeah, in this manner I would like to display. If I go to UI part, how it is going to display? So yeah, it is going to replay. See here, guys, order list 1, 2, 3. It is displaying. Okay, yeah. Actually, the same way I would like to display all this array value. How many values are available in the array? I want to display those array values like in this fashion. Okay, one by one I would like to display. Okay, so okay, instead of if I display all the values at the same time, it is not comfortable for me. Okay, I want to display in this manner. Okay, to display in this manner, what I need to do, I need to take one by one from the array. But here we are not taking one by one from the array. Okay, remember that what we are doing here. Here we are not taking, say, whatever names we are saying, right? We are not taking these names one by one. Whatever values available in the array, total values we are taking and we are displaying. This is not fair when we are displaying like this. See here, guys, I want to read array values one by one and I want to display like this. Okay, so to display like that, so I want to take ordered list and I want to take li. Okay, see here, guys, li, and what I can do is names. See here, guys, what you can do. See, guys, names of 0. See here, guys, what is this? Names of 0 means first value it is going to printed. See here, guys, just look at it. So refresh. Yeah, 1 got printed. Why? Because from the array all values are there. One by one value I want to print. First value is array of 0. Second value is okay, array of 1 and all. See here, guys, I want to print like this. Array can be read in this style. See here, guys, and again I have 5 values are there, right? So that I would like to provide this approach. See here, guys, what happened? Names of 0, names of 1, names of, this is the array, array of 0, array of 1, array of 2, array of 3, array of 4 and all. Okay, let us look at it guys. So these values got printed. Okay, now here this is printing all values at once from the array, but here we are reading one by one value from the array. Okay, one by one value from the array. Okay, actually this is more helpful. Okay, one more thing, I want to print this array value in another approach, like we have used ordered list, right? I want to use unordered list. ul, you can go to ul, within ul list item. Okay, list item, this is unordered list, this is ordered list, unordered list. Okay, here whenever you say same thing, names of 0, names of 0, string interpolation I have used. This is a string interpolation also. Okay, string interpolation also one-way binding. The data is going to come from the component class to HTML. Yes, see here guys, now this is okay, it is going to refresh automatically. See here guys, this is unordered list, this is ordered list, this is ordered list, this is unordered list. Okay, so now I want to okay provide the same array, I would like to display in different fashion. Okay, so let us look at it guys. I want to take a paragraph, I would like to display data in paragraph. Okay, so you can use paragraphs. Okay, maybe like you can go to here, however you want you can use it. Names of 0. Okay, paragraphs, this can be called as paragraphs. Okay, you can use paragraphs. See here guys, yeah, this is how you can use the paragraphs also. How you want to use, you can use it this data, okay, by using in this fashion. Let's look at it guys. Now instead of paragraphs I want to use divs. Now you can use divs, you can use divs. Yes, exactly, we are going to use loops also. Yeah, because using in this way like 0 1 2 3 4 and all is okay not comfortable approach for the developer, and if you want to display dynamic data it is not possible. That's why we can use the loops also. I'm going to show you immediately guys. Okay, now let us look at it. What I can do, I'm going to display like divs also. I'm going to show you normal approach. Names of 0. Okay, div, we can use like div and all. See here guys, this is going to be divs. Yeah, these are the divs. Okay, these are the divs. We can use the divs, we can use the paragraphs. This is unordered list, this is ordered list. However you want to use the data, however you would like to display the data. Okay, however you would like to display the data, you can display that particular data. All right guys. Okay, now go back to your HTML. Yeah, this is a HTML, right? HTML file. Let me go to the HTML file. Here, see here guys, the same array we can display in different approaches. Okay, now I would like to, okay, let us use it in different approach guys. Instead of displaying 5 divs, okay, you can use loop. If you have 5 values, you have to use 5 divs. If I have this array contains okay 20 values, then I have to use 20 divs, right? That is not fair writing, okay, 20 divs and all. Okay, we know the programming, okay, kind of loop and all, we can use those loops here. Okay, so let us look at it guys. How can we use loops over there? Okay, now let's see here guys. First what I will do, I will stop, I will comment everything whatever code I have written just now. Okay, okay, first I'm going to focus on this particular thing guys. Okay, I want to make it instead of writing hard code approach. Okay, if I write like this, okay, what happened here, names of 0 we got, names of 1 we got, right? We can display these values 0 to 5 values from the array. But if you, I want to use array here, okay, I want to use a loop here, sorry, I want to use loop here. To use loop, okay, what it is repeating, guys? Okay, whenever you are using loop means you have to go to exactly which is repeating and which is changing. So this li is repeating, okay, order list, unordered, you know, this one open close is not repeating, but this li item is repeating, okay. And then inside this what's happening, 0 1 2 3 4 values are coming, right? Okay, let us look at it, guys. What I will do is now, okay, don't think so. Loop means if you know loop in the Java, same loop cannot be applied here. The loop concept is available here, but syntax is different. You need to remember the syntax over here. That syntax is, let's look at it, guys. Okay, it is bit strange syntax. Okay, see here, guys. Let n of names. I'm going to explain you. Let n of names. And see here, guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say n. This is going to become a tag has already closed. Okay, where it has closed. Not OL. We should not use OL because we have to use OL only once, right? Okay. So is there any places or already places? Okay, let me take LI. Okay, list item. Inside the list item, we have to provide ng. Okay, yeah, let's look at it, guys. We have to use ng for, okay, ng for equal to, yes, ng for star ng for, this is going to be the loop, yes. Okay, let's look at it, guys. Ng for, remember that we need to use ng for, okay. So star ng for says this is the loop, okay, guys. Star ng for says this is the loop, and then here is the loop, and then let's look at it, guys. The syntax here we have to write let, okay, any n of names. Let n of names. This is the property. This is the array. Okay. This is the array. Okay. This is the array, right? Okay. This is the array. Okay. What is this meaning? From this array, take one by one value. Okay. So, and use one value. First value it is going to take and it is going to put into the n. And what we are going to use in the string interpolation, I am going to use name. Or not only n, you can use any name. Name. If I use name, this can be called as, yeah, this template input variable, this can be called as template input variable. In this syntax only, we are creating this variable. We are creating a variable let. Let means it's like where, it's like you know, something we are telling, like we are creating a variable. Let this variable of names. Okay, names means array. From this array, one first element is going to come to here in this variable, and we are going to print it. Again, it is going to come to here. It takes the next value, and then it is going to take it. Okay, so it is going to take a next value inside the name property, and then it is going to print. Again, third value of the array is going to take, and then third value is going to be assigned, and we are going to print third value. And it is going to repeat how many values available inside the name, how many values available in the array. It is going to take one by one, and it is going to print. Yeah. So whenever we are seeing, you know, new syntax, okay, we have to, okay, you have to remember, guys, automatically it is not going to get stored into your minds. Okay, you have to store it in your minds because it is new syntax. Okay, you know, try your you know, level best to remember this new syntax. Of course, we are going to use it multiple times. It is going to remember automatically, but if you remember at initial stage, then you can learn many things, guys. Okay, that's why okay, practice these things and then try to remember this syntax. What is this? Star ng for. Okay, so ng for means it's a loop. How you are taking the loops? This is a variable, array variable. okay, property. This property is array property. From the array property, we are taking the one value name and we are printing this. Okay, see here guys, what we are printing. Yeah, if I take instead of name, if I take a, here also we have to take a. Why? Because this is a variable. Whatever variable we have taken, variable value we are printing here. Okay, string interpolation means just printing the value. Okay, okay, let us go to UI part here. Yes, we got the values. Now this time we have used the loop. Okay, now I will go to this approach. What I want to do, I want to do this, guys. Okay, let it be. Okay, I want to do this. I want to apply loop for this. Okay, I want to apply loop for this. How can I apply loop for this? Means, okay, which is repeating, li is repeating, right? Okay, remove all li's. I don't want all li's. Okay, so here only one li, this is going to get repeated. So for this you need to apply star ng means angular for, this is a syntax, ng f capital, ng for, okay, provide like this. Okay, what I can do is provide let, okay, n of names, okay. So what is the property name? N. So go to here and remove it, remove this one, n. String interpolation. See here guys, this is going to be something like this. This is the syntax. I'm going to repeat the syntax with the multiple values so that you people can understand these things, guys. So what we are doing, ng for, okay, ng for. So ng for is applied for which element? Which element is repeating? Which element you would like to repeat? For that element we have to apply loop. Okay, so actually we have used li 5 times, but now we are using only one time because this ng for is, okay, provided like this. Ng for, okay, ng for is creating, it is going to create multiple li's internally. It is going to create multiple li's. How many values available in the names, that many times it is going to be created. Okay, let us go to our HTML part. Yes, it has created. Using loop it got created. Using loop it got created. Now coming to here guys, again what I want to do is applying, okay, that's other one is go to paragraph. Okay, I would like to do this paragraph. Okay, let us look at it guys. I want to use, okay, multiple paragraphs I would like to use okay, repeat. So what I can do is I can take only one p paragraph because paragraph is getting repeated. So what I can do guys, can you please tell me? Star ng for f capital equal to double quotes expression. This is the expression let, okay, let any property, whatever property you want. Okay, I'm going to provide n1 or whatever property you want, you can take it, of names is a array. Okay, whatever property we have taken n1, use here, so that, okay, this n1 is a variable. Okay, value is going to come one by one and we are printing here. Okay, so see here guys, paragraph got printed. The same way I would like to repeat okay, divs. How we are displaying the divs, okay, you can provide. See here guys, if you want to display divs, how can you do it? Yeah, you clearly say that div is repeating, right? That's why only one div, star ng for. This is a not HTML code, this is Angular code. You are writing Angular code inside the HTML so that Angular can take care of all these things. Yeah, let us look at a let maybe like value v, anything of names, and inside the string interpolation use the variable v inside the v, so that it is going to display. Yeah, let us look at it guys. So this is going to be something like this. Okay guys, okay, now using the loop, the same way we can use a if condition also, we can use switch conditions also. Tomorrow we are going to do that. Okay, so until that, okay, so I'm stopping the recording, I pause. Okay, today we have discussed what a difference between one-way binding and two-way binding, right? and but we have practiced only one-way binding. We have gone through only one-way binding. So to do one-way binding, what are the things available? Oh my God. Okay. Okay. See here, guys. We have gone through these different types of properties, right? Simple property. Simple property means single value. That may be integer or that may be string or anything. Array means multiple values. Okay. JSON. Okay. JSON means okay, one object containing key and values. Okay. Right. Okay. So now, if I want to use a JSON property, or if I want to use simple property, if I would like to print simple property, how you are going to, how to display object type? Okay, I will come to tomorrow. I'm going to take this one, guys. Array of objects, right? I'm going to take it tomorrow. Fine. Simple property. How we have displayed simple property? Simply property name. Okay, simply property name we have taken. Okay, array property means we can use two ways. Okay, array property. Array property we can use, or what we can do, one by one. If I want to use, if I want to okay, print one by one value, what we have done, we have taken array. We have taken array. So array syntax is something like what? So maybe like okay, paragraph. If I take paragraph, so see here, guys, star ng for okay, let p of okay values, array property. Okay, we have taken like this, and then so inside the p before paragraph closing, what we have used here, we have used what, guys? String interpolation, something like this. So p is a variable. Okay, variable, or you can take any value or val or whatever variable you can take, you have to provide this one. Okay, in this fashion we have worked with this one. Okay, right. If I want to work with JSON property using dot operator, we have used what? Okay, JSON property name dot key. We have used like this. Okay, if I want to use JSON property name dot key we have used. Okay, see here, guys, these are the things that we have done now today. Okay, what are the these things, guys? Property name directly. If it is simple property, just property name directly. Okay, if it is array property, what we have done? Array property. Okay, directly we can use to print all the values. If you want to, okay, if you want to print one by one value, then we have taken array, we have taken loop. If you want to print one by one value, then we have to take you take like, you have to take loop. So see here, guys, in this is a syntax. And JSON property, to use JSON property, what we have taken JSON property name dot key. So these are the things that we have done today. Okay, so